your host, Eric Smith, and today I'm talking about Dreamwoods by Patrick Lacey. Love that cover. This is from Sinister Grin Press. And before I get into this, I don't know if I have any regular viewers, but I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes of my little show here. Um, a lot of times I'll record a bunch of reviews uh, on the same day, and I actually change my shirt between each review so it doesn't look like I wear the same thing every day or record all my reviews in a row. But I now have Aquaphor, if you know what that is, spread all over my arm because I had some work done on a tattoo, and I don't want to change into a bunch of shirts and get all of those shirts dirty with Aquaphor. So if I have any regular viewers, you're going to see about 7 videos in a row with me wearing the same shirt. Um, but anyway, so that's out of the way. Just a little behind the scenes magic here at the Low Budget Review Show. Let's get into it. Dreamwoods, Patrick Lacey. This is the story of Vince Carter and his family. Vince is a guy who was once a wild punk rock kind of guy, but he met a young lady named Audra, and she got pregnant, so they settled down, and now he's got a normal desk job, and she takes care of their twins, Tim and Andrew, and their marriage is a little shaky. Audra definitely didn't sign up for being the typical suburban wife and mother. And one of their sons has diabetes, and the twins don't get along. I think it's Tim that has diabetes. Andrew feels that Tim is the favorite because of that. He's treated special. So there's a lot of tension in the family. So when Vince is driving down the road one day and he sees a sign that Dreamwoods, the amusement park, is reopening after decades of being closed. His favorite amusement park, his favorite childhood memories are from Dreamwoods. He thinks it would be perfect to take his family there. It could mend all of the problems that they're having as a family. So he gathers them all up, and they're going to Dreamwoods. And he's not bothered by the strange rumors about why it closed decades ago. The rumors of satanic sacrifices and mass murders and all sorts of crazy things. He just thinks he loved it when he was a child, and perhaps it could help. This magic can fix his family. So they go to Dreamwoods, and it's really not what it seems. Right off the bat, Audra is feeling that things aren't quite right. And of course, we the readers get a glimpse at what's really going on. And it turns into one hell of a horror story. So that's it, kind of in a nutshell, the basic plot. And you've also got this character, Regina, who is the only employee to have ever escaped from Dreamwoods. She worked there before it closed down years and years and years ago, and she's being drawn back because it has reopened. So I like it. It's almost old school kind of horror. I must say, I really do like this cover. This is Sebastian the bear. He's the mascot of Dreamwoods, and so I like this picture. But while I was reading it, I could easily picture this having one of those really garish 70s or 80s paperback horror covers, like the entrance to Dreamwoods, but it looks like the gates of hell kind of thing. I love those old crazy covers, and I could easily see this story with that. That's the feel it had. That kind of cover, that kind of story. It's we meet these characters, and they're well rounded. They're interesting characters. Not a perfect family by any means, and so they're interesting. And they go to the park and they meet other people. But we're seeing things that aren't quite right, and of course, we the readers are privy to things that the characters don't know. And so we know right off the bat that this isn't going to be good for our people. And it goes crazy. Things go nuts at Dreamwoods. Uh, and I'm not going to tell you why or what it is or what happens. Just suffice to say, I think, the term bloodbath comes to mind. um, it's definitely wild. It's bloody. It's violent. It's freaky. Um, and it's really, if you're a fan of horror, especially that kind of, again, that 70s or 80s kind of horror with those just mass market paperback books that came out back in the day with those crazy covers. This is that kind of story, in my opinion. Um, I like Patrick Lacey's work. I have reviewed one of his other things. I can't remember what rating I gave it. I think I had some issues with it with the ending. Um, but it holds together. It works. Again, I really like the characters in this one. And the other thing I reviewed from him, if I'm not mistaken, was Novella. This is a full length novel, so he's got the time to really give us character moments, character development, um, and lots and lots of mayhem. It moves at a brisk pace. Uh, I mean, first page, Vince sees the billboard for Dreamwoods, and we're off and running. It's not long before they get there. Let's say 40 pages, and they're at Dreamwoods, and the rest of the book is it's the rest of the book 312 pages. Although Sinister Grin has nice big printing, but still you're talking 270 pages of Dreamwoods. For the most part, there's a few things that happen outside there, like Vince and his family are already at Dreamwoods when we meet Regina, who is not at Dreamwoods yet. Um, so it's not technically all at Dreamwoods, but a lot of it. There's just so much going on there, so much just insanity, and I love it. Um, it's yeah, it's. I don't want to give anything away. I don't want you to know why or what or how. Um, so I'm being vague as usual. Um, but it's well worth the ride. A lot of fun, good old fashioned fun horror. Um, so I mean I don't know what else to say about it. So give you my rating here. I seem to be uh, doing this sort of thing a lot, sort of bloody food. Because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to try to draw Sebastian the Bear or anything. I wanted to go simple. So we've got 3.5 out of 5 bloody um, uh, cotton candy. Jeez, it's late. I apologize. 3.5 out of 5. The lighting there. I don't know. 3.5 out of 5 bloody cotton candies. That's the half one there, if you can see it. 3.5 out of 5 for Dreamwoods by Patrick Lacey. Um, and 3.5 isn't horrible. It's and I think I didn't go any higher because I probably should have just when I started this whole rating system should have started with 10 so I could have greater gradations because I'm not sure 5 really cuts it. But this book is a lot of fun. It's again, I love the characters. I love the mayhem and insanity. But that's all it is. I don't. That sounds negative. But there are books that have greater depth. I think, which isn't necessarily good or bad. Um, but this, I, I mean, I don't want to say it lacks depth because that sounds negative, and I don't mean that in a negative way. This is, this is cotton candy. I love cotton candy. This is cotton candy, as opposed to a salad. Oh God, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about at this point. 3.5 out of 5. That's not a bad rating. Um, and it's not by any means a bad book. It's fun. It's a lot of fun if you like crazy mayhem, uh, good characters being terrorized. Um, uh, so I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to justify my rating. It is what it is. But that's Dreamwoods by Patrick Lacey from Sinister Grin Press. I will have links for it in the description below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. If I'm just getting too rambly or crazy, if you want to know anything more about the story, comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. We try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. Um, Please like, share, and subscribe. And I think that covers it for this episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.